Okay.
Yeah, do what you like.
That's
But
better.
I have chat scrolling down the other side
You
because
can
I'm a
change
pro.
it into that theatre mode thing, can't you? So it just
that's
shows
quite
whoever's
cool.
talking.
Oh, no. I like seeing all your little faces. Are we behind the curtain yet?
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Behind the curtain.
We're behind the curtain, so we're live now. They can hear us.
Can
They
they?
can't see us.
I haven't got the chat either.
Oh, I've got the chat.
Right.
Keith Morgan, he was on the wrong YouTube account.
Can you chuck it in the chat for me, John?
Yeah, share the chat, John. Share the chat.
Share the chat.
To yourself.
I'll roll the intro while you do that.
Okay. Yeah, I
And we are live. Episode 5.
Look at that. Live
Ohm Show. Merry Christmas, everybody. What show we've got for you tonight? We have the original, the closing cast of the Ideal Ohm Show, the previous show that we were all on. This was the team back then, all that time ago. And we're back for Christmas reunion. That's what happens at Christmas. You regather with everybody, and that's what we do. Just having a little catch up. So we've got James from The Peril, Rick from Modmaker,
Hello.
Brad from Insurance, and John from Just Add Nick.co.uk.
Bang.
Good to see everyone in chat. Don't forget, if you're in chat, it's best to switch the chat from whatever it says to
Top
live
chat
chat.
to live chat.
Yeah, live chat in the top right of your little chat thing. But good to see everyone in there. Tony, Andrew, Daly, Scotty, Patrick, Andy, Stuart, Dion, Bob, James. It's busy in there. So yeah, good to see everyone. Good to see everyone, and Merry Christmas. We've got loads to get through. Now, in fact, there's so much new stuff to show and talk about. There's no news. We're not doing any of the boring news. We're just going to crack right on. So we'll just quickly go around. What you vaping? What you drinking? James.
Hi, hello. Thanks for having us. Since I'm now a guest. I am drinking on a fine. I think it's one of them Trappist beers made by the monks. This is a Danish Trappist beer, I believe, Pilsner.
Danish Pilsner. That's a beautiful drop.
I think it's.
I thought you really were then for a minute.
I think it's like 38%. I think that's what that one is. It's really quite a strong.
There's only 3 million of those made a month.
Yeah, so I'll be sipping that one. That's what I'm drinking on.
Probably the best Trappist beer in the world.
Probably, but yeah, from the finest Trappist monks. I've seen the advert, and I am vaping on. I've got Lucas. I always have Lucas TNA 40 Lucas with a Hellfire Viper V2 on the top and a whistle on top of there, and in there is from Concentrate Tobacco Crunch from the lovely folks at Chef's Vapors, and I also have this. Got some new juice in here. This is the Shadow from Hellfire, it's the 16mm version of the Viper, the X, is that what it's called, with another whistle on top of there. And I've just popped in there, I did have in there Turk by me, and I've just popped in some Grey Mari from the lovely Druids Brew people. I had Paul give us a message the other day to buy some Turk. And during our conversation, he sent us some of this Grey Mari, which is his Turkish tobacco. So I'm vaping them back to back to see how they compare. Basically, it's just to see how they compare. And it's very tasty. It's very, very tasty. And I'm liking that a lot. So that's what I'm vaping on. That's what I'm drinking on. Rick.
Hello, mate.
How you doing? No, I don't ask you that. I'm not going to ask you that anymore. What are you drinking and what are you vaping on?
Hello, James. Hello, everybody. I'm drinking. And what am I drinking on? I'm drinking on Elvis juice. I've just got a selection of beers, actually. I've got loads of beers for my birthday. I don't know what people must think I drink a lot or something. I don't know. But I got two more to have. I've got, I don't know that, Jaipur.
It's good though, isn't it, when you get beer?
India Pale Ale. Yeah, it's good. It's a nice one. And Sorcery. That's a nice can.
That's it. That's a cracker. That is.
Yeah. I'll have that one next then. So yeah, I've got a nice little selection, and I had an Elvis juice a minute ago, and I had another one. Yeah, Hemisphere Session IPA.
Nice.
So I'm on a bit of a session, but then I hit the strong stuff. I am vaping on. What am I vaping on? Okay, I've got little Haku Cruiser, Chris Munner's Bellcat whistle. Not a whistle. I'm not allowed to call it a whistle, am I? Yeah.
Yes.
A mod maker whistle on top.
Yeah.
And in that, I've got my own DIY blackcurrant, and I've got a new juice this week.
Oh.
You've got. Was that new or nude?
New.
Oh, okay.
With a W. And I'm vaping on Deep Rooted 64 Reserve. The range from some on the group will know, Tony Mason and Wes.
Yeah, Richard's got those, hasn't
he? Yeah.
Yes. They've just brought out a juice range just this week. It's gone live a couple of days ago, I think, the website. And I'm vaping on the 64 Reserve on my Haku. What is it, the smaller one?
Venner.
Cruise.
Haku Venner on my Mike Dacus ClickFet mod. And it's blooming glorious. This worth a try, it really is. That 64 Reserve is the. I've got this. They brought four juices out. They're all great.
Is it only ever going to be available from their website?
Not sure.
Right.
They're just feeling their feet at the moment. It's they've spent the last 6 months making these flavors, and they've just got them produced as short fills. So let's see how it goes for them. But no, it's really nice, really tasty. That. What did you think of that, Richard? Have you tried them all?
I've had a little taste on them all. I've really got into Prezi. Is it Prezi?
Yeah, that's my second favourite one.
This one I'm smashing. This one I've got in the Squonker. So I'm going hard at this one and still just lightly testing the others.
So yeah, that's what I'm vaping on. John.
Hello, mate.
What are you drinking? What are you vaping?
I am drinking on a gift from an Omi, but I can't remember what it's called. Somebody else told me what it was. What is it?
Trappist. It's a Trappist beer. It's a West Marley thingy.
Yeah, Belgiumique from
Trappist.
Long, big, tall Jesus Richard, who popped in from King's Lynn today for a coffee and a chin wagon, and he dropped off some beers as well. It's really, really kind. He did mind yourself. They're 10%. So I probably won't mind myself because I'm quite stupid. Yes, that's what I'm drinking. Yeah, so it looks like that. It's very good.
It's a light colour, that sorcery one, John.
Yeah, it's nice. The dry pour's not got a lot to it. You'll find that out. What am I vaping on? I've got that in that. Ooh. I put that on top of that because why not? The Dvar 16 on top of the Aegis thingamabob, Geek Vape Aegis. Yeah, that's it. With crack current in it. And I've got Pistache on the thing in that. There you go. One of them.
Mm-hmm. Proton Mini.
Yeah, Proton Mini with a Karma. Oh, I've got another thing from Karma. Come on, we're going to talk about that in a bit. Karma. Thingamabob. Yes, RDA. Brad, what are you drinking? What are you vaping?
Hello, darling.
No, mate, sorry, I didn't say that. Hello, sweetheart.
I am vaping on Old Faithful, EVL Reaper, still going strong. And in here, I have got the last of my secret stash of apple and elderflower. Elderflower and apple.
That's broken hearts. It's gone.
Yeah.
That is the last of that, and I will be very sad to see that one finished. So I might vape that one a little bit slower than usual. But I thought, having had the man himself on the show 2 weeks ago, it was about time I cracked it out.
Yes.
I am drinking Leaf.
Belgium as well.
Belgium as well. Little bit weaker than you. I'm
not
at
much.
6.6.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not a lot.
But I'm going to drink a litre of it.
Good man.
And it's very, very yummy.
It's good.
Nice golden colour for Christmas. Richard, darling.
Hello. Okay.
Back to you finally.
Right.
What you
lovely
vaping
stuff.
and what you drinking?
Okie dokie. I have. I've put the rebuildable section on my Boost now. That's on the rebuildable. Lovely vape now with that.
I saw your build video on that.
Yeah, it's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. Nothing to it, but I did say I would do it, so I did it. It's there. It's a thing. As I said, I've got my Basium and Goon with this deep-rooted, pressy. I wouldn't even want to begin describing it, but go on their website, deeprooted.co.uk, and look at all the flavours. Really like this one already. Already can recommend this one. And I'll get through the flavours and I'll bring them up each week. So that's the thing. Got a new thing from Inniken. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called.
It looks like one of their old ones, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like an Enduro, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it looks like an Enduro mixed with one
But
that
it's a
used to do
disposable
square.
tank on top.
Devil.
So I don't know much about it. I don't even know if I'm supposed to show it.
You only got that to piss off Greta. We know that.
Yeah, so that's
what we need, more abuse for 16-year-old
How
girls.
dare you?
Yeah, well, I don't think Greta would be asked. she vapes like a train anyway.
Yeah, she does. And the fags.
When she's not on heroin.
Don't talk about
Allegedly.
Dad like that.
If you're watching Greta, go to bed.
Wes says it's pronounced Preze.
Yeah. No one. That's not how we do it.
No.
But yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. Check it out. Go and check that juice out. And that is me. Oh, I've got wine. I'm a bit beered out.
Oh, nice. A lovely cheeky red.
Been a beery week, so a bit beered out.
What wine is it? We can't just have wine. You're not.
On the bottle, it just said red wine.
Such a dick.
That's the £2 a bottle stuff, isn't it?
At least it came in a bottle and not
He's
in a
lying.
cardboard box.
I think it's a Shiraz.
There you go.
I just popped to the cellar and just grabbed one. Yeah. So that's the thing. That's the thing I am drinking.
Just kick the dead
new
prostitute
stuff.
out of the way.
Let's just crack on. New stuff.
Yeah.
Oh! I'm gonna roll the new stuff
I like it's my favourite one.
intro. Okay. So I'm just gonna do that. So just wait a sec.
New stuff.
New stuff, right? As we said, no news because there's so much new stuff, and we have something literally only just got announced today. I think, James, we've got the melody.
Yes, this is brand spanking new, hot off the proverbial press. This was announced. Tea time, about 5:30 or something like that. When I messaged you there, Rich. This is the new. We've had new melodies in the making the last few months. If you remember back on the old Ideal Ohm Show, we mentioned several that were in the workings, but this is a brand spanking new one. This is a Delrin and Stainless Steel one. We should have some pictures, Rich, hopefully.
Yeah, on screen.
We've only got limited pictures at the moment. There's 3, I think we've got 3 there. And this is, like I say, only just got the pictures today at about 5:30. This is a Delrin and Stainless Steel DNA 60 version. It's a little bit different from previous melodies. You can see it looks very melody-esque. It's but a little bit of a turnaround in so much as the screen is no longer on the band. The screen is now on the side. So it's kind of like a bit of a hybrid sort of thing. Looks like like a regular kind of mod, but still melody-esque. It's a DNA 60. It's got the USB charge on the bottom. Up and downy buttons as per usual. It is an 18650 and it will take up to a 25mm atomizer. Now that was an issue with previous melodies. The first one off the block was only 22. The next ones were 23, but obviously there's still people out there who like a bigger RDA or RDTA, and melodies they don't really suit them bigger ones.
Yeah, it looks even more compact though somehow.
I haven't got anything. We haven't got sizes yet. We haven't got sizes for. We haven't got sizes. And we haven't got prices because it is so early. This is, like I said, these pictures only came out with very limited information.
It'd be is that a prototype or is that the finished?
We don't know. All of the information I have is the information that I'm given.
Oh, cool. It's like tack switches on that button. I hate that button. It's fucking horrible.
But they're going for insanely. I think it looks great.
Yeah,
I love it as well.
I don't like the proud. I don't like the tack switches. Are just cheap as shit. I don't know why they'd use them on a £400 mod.
What would you rather? I haven't told you the price. So
okay, fair enough. Fair point. That's
so you're
fair
just
point.
jumping in there saying it's a £400 mod. It's not a £400 mod. I haven't got an exact price, but it will be less than €300.
Cool.
Now I realise that euro to pound isn't a great deal of difference, but it's certainly not in the £400 region.
Oh, we're nearly up to 120, aren't we?
Are they? Yeah. Are they doing?
No,
have
we
they
dropped
done
back.
Delrin before?
We dropped back yesterday, mate.
Pardon, Rich?
Have they done Delrin before? Is this their first venture into Delrin?
No, I don't think we've had Delrin melodies per se, but I think we have had Delrin. I think the Squonker melodies came out in Delrin, but I don't think anything else necessarily has. So, and I think it looks great, regardless of them. I don't mind. They're totally fit for purpose. Them tack switches, I like them, and I like a My Tech.
I don't mind them either. They're as good as a tack switch gets. That's,
Yeah, I've never had an issue with that.
I do. It's just a 50p switch on a £300 mod, not a £400 mod as well.
But you get when
they're
people,
not actually 50p switches.
I thought they used to be 50p.
When people diversified, though, you ended up with spongy ones, one that fell out.
They do work. That's true. I hated when people used them as fire switches when that was first modded. That was demented. You just have a dented thumb all the time.
That was what was the DNA 31 that the Hannah box that was awful.
Yeah.
That was really awful. These are obviously not that. These are uppy downies. The lately, I mean, I
do. Yeah, you just said it.
I don't even have my uppy downies don't even really work on this. So I'm not bothered about whether they're whether you like them or not, to be honest with you. But I think the whole thing looks very, very groovy. It still looks like a melody, but a little bit different. I think they're going to be available. I think you're going to be able to buy them, because you've got to remember with the stab melodies, they were always tricky to get, and they're still a little bit tricky to get. I think these are going to be slightly more mass produced. You are going to be able to get them. And they're going to be less than €300. I think it's.
I would imagine, James. I know Thomas. He'll be at Jam. I bet he's at Jam again. He was at Jam last year. I'd imagine he'd be at Jam again.
Maybe perfect timing for London.
Supplied parts in the past, doesn't it? I believe I might let us say that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to be good. So that their internals are going to be good. And that's it. That's the Melody SC from Loud Cloud Mod. You got to remember that Melody isn't Melody. I always think Melody by Melody, but it's not. It's Loud Cloud Mods, and that will be available hopefully soon. Rich.
Yeah, so the next thing we were going to do, actually we were supposed to do last week, but it was such an action-packed show with Mooch, finding out all about Mooch's private life and all that. So it was, because that was so busy, we didn't actually get around to talking about this, and it's me that's put it on, but I don't know that much about it other than it's caused quite a stir. And it's the #1 RDA. Hash, like the hashtag.
The number one from Black Rose.
Yes, that's right, from Black Rose. Pictures on screen now. There's a few variations of it available. I was a bit gobsmacked. It's very, very expensive atomizer, isn't it? And when they showed the pictures of the internals, it's kind of like just a classic 3-post RDA from the past.
this is what causing it. That was what was causing us there on UKS, wasn't it?
It is. There was a little bit of a carry on about it. I believe our good friend and Puppet Master Todd had a little bit of a run in with the main Black Rose man. But I think that's all blown over. I think that's all good. I'm not entirely sure. But it is just a bit of a classic 3-poster. Have you told them the price, Rich?
$300, is that right?
It is 300 smackers, which is a little on the expensive. And it is. I mean, it's going to be nicely made. I think it's made in the Philippines. It's not. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. People, but you know what it is. People love Sug and they love Black Rose, and if you think about the price of a Black Rose mod, then really this is far more obtainable. Some of them go for.
Black Rose, was that what Josh had at VF Vape Fest a few years ago?
They used to have the side by sides, didn't they?
Oh, I've got it wrong. Sorry. I was thinking about the.
No, it was that's right. He had about this is you're talking about VF Fest 2016, 15. He had the semi-transparent, the black, the red, the green.
Yeah, because they came over, didn't they?
The matching drip tips. Yeah. That was a Black Rose. Rose.
Yeah. I was
like zero clones, weren't they?
I remember Josh asking them not to keep smoking because it wasn't looking very good. But I do remember. They're really nice mods. I think they were going for raffle spots, weren't they? Then.
They shot to fame with the C frame, didn't they?
Yeah. That was what they were.
Long gone now, isn't it? Long gone.
Yeah, they were a C frame.
Beautiful mods. Very big follow. They've got a very big following. The Atty will do well, no question about that. But it just struck me that 3-post was never a good idea, was it?
It's horses for courses. If you like dual coils, I think 3-post are all right.
Pain in the arse to build compared to a 2 or a 4-post.
The M-Atty still makes its price and more.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't want one.
I was surprised by it, but I don't know much about it.
I was just taken by the shininess of it.
It's pretty. I like the black one. Looks pretty.
There's going to be a ton of accessories, and there is a break. If you look at the breakdown, I know we were all saying $300 is a lot of money, and it is a lot of money. It's a big chunk of cash. If you look at the breakdown of the individual accessories, though, you're looking at more like $420 or $380.
Yeah, there's quite a chunk on importing, I believe, as well from that part of the world.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be Landed is going to be 300 quid. I think basically landed, not just dollars, is going to be 300 quid.
Yeah.
But I think it's a bonny looking thing. The people who like that sort of thing will love it. I mean, it's not for me. It's a dual coil jobby, but it's a nice looking. I think it's a nice looking atomizer.
It's new. It needs to be talked about. It's fine.
Yep. So
we're all. Trevor Larkin said, "Update: You're all banned from the Black Rose group."
Oh, I hope not.
Oh shit! Gutted.
Okay.
That was a joke. It was a Toddlington joke.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Okay. So the next one is one of yours, John. It's the Karma Bridge.
The Karma Bridge, which is the newest rebuildable for the borrow, really.
Another
Let's say
one.
it's for the borrow, not for the billet box. From the makers of the thing I just put down, from the makers of the Karma, which lots of people have got and love. It's a dual post RDTA build, really, that you pop in there with air discs. I think that's what people call them, air discs.
Is it called the Saver Bridge?
No. It's called the XV Bridge, Karma XV. Or
I think that just went over John's head there.
Yeah, it's got a Saver-esque deck.
Oh, sorry, it has got a Saver-esque deck, but then, you could say it's more of a shrunk down too.
Exactly.
I
Which
agree.
is what I copied off. So it goes round.
Yes, it's. But no, it's something. But it does. It's quite funky. I know Tony B's got a review of it up.
Yeah.
If you want to see it in action, he's got a build on there as well. And Tony B.
It's got the inserts as well, which I like.
Yeah. Once it's set, it's set. If you're a Tony B fan, I mean, we've met him a couple of times, and he loves it. He said if you buy this, you won't buy another rebuildable for the borrow. And now with the borrow going out into different things like the Sunbox borrow and quite a few other high-end and mid-range things, it's quite interesting. I think it's 150 Canadian, whichever. What does that work out as? 100 quid?
Can't remember. Isn't that? Can't you get quite a lot of Canadians to there?
Yeah, it's like 17 pence or something. I've
got Canadians. Let's just try it.
So price of the stamp average.
150 Canadian, because I know they'll be on Haystown, because Toby's kindly sending me one for Christmas. £87 that works out. It's 87.83 plus postage.
That's manageable. That's a good price.
87 quid.
87 quid.
That's a good rate. We should all go to Canada.
If you don't have a billet box, just get a Saver.
That's not how much the flights cost.
Yeah, but I think it's quite good. It's got all the same bits and like if you're used to building on a shell, if you like when it comes to putting it back in the box and stuff like that, it's got all the same, exactly the same. You put the bottom in first. Well, you put the top in first, push it up, put the bottom in, and then sit the whole thing together. Sits together. I think I'll give it a go. Tell you what it's like.
It looks perfectly logical. easy to build. The wicking makes sense. It's got the inserts because everyone knows what their air size is. So you just put the insert.
The vape shell has inserts as well, so it's not.
No, I'm not saying. No, I wasn't saying it was unique. I'm just saying it's a perfectly logical atomizer. It looks exactly
but you get
like
more room because the vape shell is a unit to put in.
Yes. Yes, a big square thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. This doesn't take up so much space, but I think it's quite funky. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to finding out more specs because I haven't really got them. So, yeah. Next up.
The next thing is one thing. Actually, we're going to really quickly do this one. This is the Zero Borrow from Sunbox. We have covered it before, but it's properly out now. People have it, and some really nice pictures. So I'm going to throw these up on screen. James, the Zero Borrow.
Okay, yes. So it is. You're right. It's a few weeks old, but it is out in the wild now. You can buy them. I couldn't find a UK stockist for them, to be honest with you. But there's certainly Phileas Cloud, I think, in France, and Sunbox directly. I've got them in for around about the €280-290 mark, depending on where you buy it from. And it's another. We've got a few of them now. With some may say that the market is oversaturated.
You're talking about RDAs or RTAs,
but not me. Of billet box accessory mods, things that go in them and go out and hold them. We've got a few of them on the go now. And
now we need more mods, don't we, to make up for all these flipping bridges?
There is a lot of bridges, isn't there? A lot of bridges.
You can get one for every coil now.
More mods.
So yeah, it's available in two sizes. I've not seen anybody with the 18500 version yet, but there is an 18500 version and an 18650. I'll tell you the height for the 18500 is 70 mils, and the height for the 1850 is 82 mils. Centimeter difference is not a big difference with all that extra battery life.
You're rowing backwards a bit, aren't you, with the 18500 one? I mean,
well,
you're downgrading from a billet.
It is. We've really leaps and bounds with the 18650 in the last couple of years, and then the 18350s have jumped ahead in the last year or so, but the 18500s have been sadly neglected and they are going nowhere.
We asked Mooch that question last week, and he just said they're not going to do it because it's got no other use.
Whereas, it's not a popular.
It's not popular. Like with us, we're quite lucky because the 18650 is being used in cordless hoovers and stuff like that.
Of course.
It's really great. But he said the 500 or the 490 as well.
But I don't know what what else uses an 18350 yet.
He said torches, I think. I think he said it was torches, like very small torches.
Tiny torches. That's fair enough. Well, there's mid-sized torches. Get on the Sony, get on the Panasonic, make some 18.
We said that they were going to get some movement in the 18700s was one of his ideas because people are using them in cordless drills. So it's becoming.
It's a real shit. I think 18500 is the perfect size as well for a mod. It's a shame that anyway. So it's available in both them sizes. You pop your burr in there. You've got some lovely pictures on screen. You already know all about it pretty much. You pop your burr in there. You've got a little window so you can see your juice in there. This one's got the Dicorders Extreme, the V3 in there, which
it's a great board. Wicked.
Which is 5 to 60 watts, temp control. It's got a mech mode and power boost settings, heat protection modes. Goes down to 0.05, something crazy. I think that's what it is. And reverse battery protection, and I've already mentioned the price there. It's $280 or $290, depending on euros, depending on where you get it from. Available from Phileas Cloud or from Sunbox Direct, both in France. Obviously, you don't have to pay it.
And Mark Todd has now reviewed it as well. So if you're super keen, check out Mark Todd's channel.
It gets all the good stuff. Does Todd?
He does. But he kisses a lot of ass.
Tony Jenkins in chat is just saying e-liquid and coils are cheaper. Mods and atties are another story. I think that's not true. I think you can get a lot more for your money now. I mean, when somebody came in the shop the other day with a C5 on an Ego, they got rips off. It was still 15 quid from some shit store, but that would have cost you 50 like 6 years ago. And you can get a mid to low range atty. They do so much more. You can get a brilliant atomizer now for 30 quid. No problem at all.
Yeah, we're talking pay what you want.
Yeah, we're kind of talking selected high end stuff at the moment, and which is great. But it's not cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. We also have this one as well. We have the Armour Mods engine.
It's gorgeous.
Now, yeah, it looks ace.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. It's a rare, and I mean, it's called the engine because it's based on the aesthetics of a motorcycle engine, I believe. With that cutaway where you can see like the carburetor or whatever it will be. Yeah, it's lovely, and this is the new. And again, we'll just mention Tony's just got a review for this today. I think even maybe is it today or yesterday, very recently. But this is the new one from Armour Mods. It is a 22mm RDA. It's 16mm high. It's only a small little fella. It looks very, very tasty. It's stainless steel, I believe, brushed stainless steel. It's got a couple of different parts there. They're on the outside is purely for aesthetics. It's got a hex clamp, like a C clamp. Sorry, it's got a C clamp with hex screws to capture your wires. Plenty of room in there for your bigger coils if that's what you wanted. It is, and then it's another one. We've seen these in the last year or so since the Saver with the inserts. This is an RDA with inserts for your airflow, and you get one included. That's like kind of a direct lung, which is quite a big and far too big for my liking. Anyway, it's 2.4mm by 3.3mm, which is that's the big old lung full. But separately, you're going to be able to buy a restrictor, which is a 2mm by 1.8mm. And a mouth to lung, which is more my sort of thing. It's going to be a 1.2 by 1.2, and that is a proper true mouth to lung. I'd like to see that. And it is adjustable on the outside, like the previous Armour Mods have been, but it's one of those things where getting the air to the coil in a reduced way, it seems to help. Does it really? It seems to help. I think it's the way forward is having. Rather than just having your big old airflow there, having, and we've seen it more recently in the last year. These interchangeable airflow inserts or bits on the deck. This is another one with that. It is available soon. Some people have got them. I think it's going to be on a list, and the price for this one is $135. With I think the separate inserts being around about $30 or $35. When they come out.
Has anyone watched Mark's review?
I've watched
his review.
Yeah, OBS also have a product called the engine.
That's 100 quid.
Okay. It's okay.
By the way, 103 quid. I've watched Mark's review.
What did he like it?
Yes.
Excellent. It looks fantastic.
It does look. It looks great. It really does look good. Yeah. Oh, it's just sexy. I think that's the best looking atomizer I've seen this year as RDA. I think that's wicked.
But if you're looking at that deck, that is a 2019 deck.
Yeah,
that's my point about the one RDA. You know,
yeah,
they've made it super easy to build. The old S-shaped coil thing, and you can fit whatever coil you want in there. And
I think it's definitely an evolution. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's not a step back. It's the next progression. I just think they've really concentrated on the looks on this, and I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's still going to be a flavour. It's not. I think it's not just aesthetics for this one.
No.
Nice.
Oh no!
Once you've sorted that out, and then you can kind of go into the. It looks sexy.
Not many artists do both.
For my money, the Armours have been the best 22mm. I mean, I know the Sabre has been voted by several groups as being the best 22mm in the last year. But for my money, I love an Armour. I really like an Armour. I think this is going to be an absolute cracker, and the build quality is going to be superb. I mean, they've continued the packaging from the same as the last one, where the packaging is an anti-stand and all. It's little bits like that, which I really, you've got to give them the maximum respect for that sort of thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's it.
So that is that. We're flying through this new stuff. We've got a fan favourite next. We've got the SVB, the SVBM mods, and some new styles. Caught your eye, James?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to point because I think this has been up until I saw the melody at 5:30 or so. This was like my favourite thing of the week. This is the Stormtrooper from SVB, from Soviet Baby, from Nigel Moxon. This is his latest style. Now, I think John brought this to the show 6 months ago, 5 months ago.
Richard did.
Yeah, I had one. I
had one, but I thought it was you initially, Grolly.
Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry, you're right. Yeah, the Cerakote.
the Cerakoted version. Is it his first full mech? I'm not entirely sure. Was his first? No, he's had. No, is it? Was it his first?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we've seen the actual box before in the last few months, but this is the Stormtrooper version, and I think there was only half a dozen of them, 5 or 6. I'm not entirely sure. Not a lot though, but I thought this is just absolutely superb, really well executed, looks great, made by Nigel, going to be absolutely bulletproof, and I absolutely loved it. So I had to grab some of them pictures. I also at this point need to mention Robert Oakley. Just a shout out to Robert Oakley. Nick will know what I'm talking about there. He's a big Star Wars fan. Just very, very, very cool. I think it's one of my favourite mocks and mods. I think it looks absolutely great.
Yeah.
And it's good to know it's gonna take years off his life, that Cerakoting, because you mentioned Stormtrooper before.
White.
A vein would pop out on his head.
Yeah, I know.
That was with the powder coating, with the white powder. It's terrible.
Didn't like the stuff, but I think that's a thing of the past, because he doesn't just do the Stormtrooper in the white now. He also does the ice white or whatever it's called, just as a regular color, or he has done in the past. So I think with Cerakote it's a different kettle of fish. But you're absolutely right, Rick. That was kind of another thing that I loved about it, the fact that it was a white mod from Moxon. Custody looks absolutely great. I love it.
It looks great. The one thing I said in my review was I'm looking forward to seeing the ones that are actually designed, like engraved or whatever, and they're the first ones. I think he's working on an Evil Genius logo ones as well. So very cool.
Wicked to see.
So that's very good. And whilst we will perfectly segue on at this point as well, because as I say, I do have one, but it was won in the raffle by Dean Feeney. Congratulations, Dean. He's away, that's why I'm holding on to it. I'm not being lazy with postage.
Lazy bastard.
So yeah, he's asked me to send it in the new year. But congratulations, Dean. Which brings us on to the raffle, John.
Do you want to do the raffle?
Yes, please.
So, the Ideal Ohm Show Facebook group. Sorry, that was totally twatty. The new Ohm Show Facebook group. I've had too many beers. The new Ohm Show Facebook group and Vape Don't Smoke got together because when we had Paul McCartney on the show on the first of the new Ohm shows, I can't really talk about it live, or he spoke about it in the after show. We were just chatting. I can't remember, but he mentioned that he'd done a raffle the year before for Second Chance Scotland and this presents at Crimbo. Is that what it's called? Something like that. And raising money and spending the money on gifts to give to kids who won't get a present.
Little Scotch kids.
Little Scotch kids. He was talking about after the show, and it kind of ever since he was on the show or after the show, and ever since he said it, it was bugging me because I just thought, we could do that. And so I sent Paul a message on the side and said, the raffle you did the other year, do you want to do it again? And he said, yeah. And he was really worried that we were out of time. And I said, we'll do it. Anyway, so we launched it on the Saturday before last, and asked people to give us gifts. Within 4 days, we got well over £2,000 worth of prizes. Started sending tickets on the Tuesday. We closed it last Friday, and at close at 8 p.m. on Friday, you and the watchers and members of Vape Don't Smoke raised £1,760, which was spent on Christmas presents for kids who wouldn't get anything without you. And all bought and paid for. Paul then went on to Amazon and ordered loads of gifts. He ordered 60 presents, but there was such a huge range. He
doesn't have to wrap them, does he?
No. There was what's the Amazon Fire pad thing? He got there was pads.
Fire.
He got Nintendo Switches for some people. Mini Mega Drives, hair dryers, hair straighteners, DVDs, DVD players. And he dropped them. They were all picked up yesterday. That was 4 vans worth of stuff, and they all got picked up yesterday. And they're probably being wrapped up as we speak, and they're going to go to these kids. I don't have any words to say. I have all the words to say how grateful we both are for what you did. Absolutely unbelievable. Thank you so much. You've really changed people's you change people's Christmases from something that would have been shit to them waking up on Christmas morning to open
A
something.
smile on a kid's face. That's what Christmas is all about.
Absolutely incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, well done, everyone. It's superb.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so that went brilliant raffle, brilliant cause. Well done to Paul and John for sorting that out, and Brad as well. Brad with his
Brad did all the back work. He did all the forms. He did all the forms and everything. It was really, really handy. There's lots of work that goes into those things, and half of it doesn't get seen. And Brad took the doesn't get seen bit and organised all the payments and double checked everything. So
the viewers did the hard work.
They really did. Always say that. If you don't come along on the story, there's nothing. We ain't got shit.
Yeah.
And you came along. So thank you.
Yeah, so that's the raffle. Brilliant stuff. We won't ask you for money for a little while. If you've got spare cash, there's things you can get, probably. But no, don't worry. We'll tap you up for a bit. That's a brilliant effort. A brilliant effort by everybody. I'm stalling now because the next thing we're going to do is a little best of 2019 wrap up. So I'm just looking at the things. But if we can go around, what's just one each? What's been your favourite vape thing in 2019? James?
I haven't thought about this.
Because you're kind of an old schooler, aren't you? All your stuff's kind of like
it is. I haven't bought. I don't think I've really bought anything this year. Maybe it's the last melody that isn't quite out yet. It looks, or there has just come out. There's not the general one we've just shown. I love that. I loved the previous armor, which I've got. That's maybe my most newest bit of gear this year, but it's not high-end gear, which has really been the big thing this year. I think it's another year for China, to be honest with you. Even though I love Italian stuff and I love the British high-end gear, I love Hellfire's gear, I love all of that stuff. I think really people who've made the most ground again this year has been China. It was the same last year, it's the same this year. But to nail it down to a single thing, I'm not entirely sure. Probably the combo of the new melody and the last armor, not the new armor.
Yeah. Brad?
I probably have
that EVL, got to be on it.
The EVL's in because I have to do two.
Go.
Because I have to give it to the saver for, changing the way I vape completely, having gone from squonking only at 0.1 to getting a saver to now I haven't wicked a saver, I haven't wicked a squonker in 8 months. I have exclusively used the EVL on this. John, when did you send this to me? 3 months?
Don't do memory with me, Brad.
Yeah, it was about 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, about 3-4 months. It's the only tank I've used. The only thing I've vaped for that period. So for me, right
for me, when John really kindly offered those, you came straight to my head because it's just no fuss, and I know you like hitting high nick like I do, and so I was like, I'll just see what Brad reckons to it. And the other thing is, everybody takes it like, there's that thing of, it's just another one of those that takes the coils. It is, but it looks the fucking business.
Yeah,
it really does. So
that's why it's that.
Saver for the whole year, and this for right fucking now.
Cool. Rick?
Well, I haven't had many. I don't think I've had a new Atty this year.
Your mobile's near your
mic
again,
feedback, aren't we?
Sorry, is that better?
Yeah,
better.
I don't think I've had a new Atty this year, so I'm still using the Hakus.
Yeah.
So they're not. They're the year before, aren't they?
You got the Kennedy, didn't you?
Oh, I did get. Yeah, that was yes. If I had to say a mech, yes. If I had to say a mech of the year, because I'd say it would be the Kennedy Vindicator.
Yeah.
And that's my go-to. I think it's in my bag somewhere actually because I actually use it. I'd say that's my go-to mech when I use a mech now.
Yeah.
This is no fuss and decent, works. I had a new mod, and he's making these now. I got a Mike Dacus, a new
beautiful
DNA 75 squonker from Mike.
Sexy as fuck.
Absolutely stunning. He's making these now as well. I think this is a prototype and a feedback mod, and it's lovely, beautiful.
Yeah.
But no,
I've touched that mod, by the way. Just thought I'd tell you that.
I saw the shell of it at your shop, actually, John, didn't I?
Did you spot it?
He had the shell there.
Oh, I did it before.
I came to see you at the shop.
Yeah. And you were going, no, mate, no, don't do that. That's how Rick receives a gift. No, I don't want it.
Sell it.
Sell it. That's okay.
But no, it's beautiful and it'd be cherished. But no, Atty wise, I've got the Goon 25. If you like an airy vape, the Goon 25 was as good as a Goon 24. Nothing groundbreaking there, but that's the only new gear I've really bought this year. Vindicator and the Goon 25 at Expo, wasn't it?
John?
I think it's a Dwar year for me. I just found that 16. I know they're not new as well. I'm well aware. But the 16 and the 22 that I got this year, every so often an atomizer comes out and it's the perfect draw for you sort of thing. It happened when the next gen came out years and years ago. On the smallest drag is the perfect draw, and for me it's perfect. It's not turbulent, it's not noisy, and it works. The Dwar 16 and the 22, the EVL Reaper V3 is absolutely fantastic. That again has got that draw that I really like, and it's pretty, and the accessories are absolutely stupid. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be a straight long hit, you can get a big tank, you can get a small tank, you can get a steel tank, you can get a clear tank, you can get an Alton tank. It's got everything, and you can piss around with it. And the other thing, that's got another part to it as well. The atomizers coming out of the UK have slowed right down, and whenever anybody's doing it, I think they deserve all of our praise, and I think John certainly has that.
He smashed it this year. He's had a great year. He's had a great year.
And he's coming into 2020 with a new insert, a new atomizer for the billet box or the borrow, whatever. It's coming out of the UK. That's the first one that's ever come out of the UK that I can think of. An actual atomizer that goes in the borrow. So absolutely chuffed.
Yeah. Well, we'll do tanks first. So we put these on the group all week. The tanks won. The EVL Reaper V3 got a lot of mentions. Gustav came up with the Gate and the Slide. I've got to agree on the Gate.
I agree on the Gate. The Slide is just the same old.
Yeah. But the Gate is probably the best budget mouth to lung tank of 2019.
You gave me one. Somebody had a greater need than me, so I gave it away. But
superb tank. Tank. Nailed it with that. And Neil Wes said Hell Vape MD. Haku Vena got a mention as well. Oh, hang on. Am I on it? No, I'm on
It's really pretty. That's a really pretty.
Yeah. I don't know. All kinds of mentions in here. The Integra.
Yeah.
The Integra got a shout as well. That was Michael. Trilogy. I don't know that one.
Star Wars.
I don't know. Their tripod. Bruno said the tripod. I've got to agree on the tripod. Superb tank. Really, really good. Both direct to lung and mouth to lung. Quite a few mentions for the Blotto. Bogan's tank. That's a super cloudy tank if that is your style. Obviously, a few mentions for the Dwarf as well.
Reverend Vapes said the same thing. Once you've got it, if you're into mouth to lung, it's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. So then the Dwarves coming up a lot. Asgard. The Asgard, that's an affordable one as well. A good one as well. QP Designs Gate. Yeah, more people saying Gate. So Reaper, Tripod, Gate.
That's a really great little mix. I mean, of budget and media and mid-range and high end. I think it's great.
Are the ones that kept coming round and round. The next one we did was mods. We got a mixed. Actually, we'll do Juice next. Do Juice. With the Juice one, release date's kind of not important, is it, with Juice? So we weren't restricted to 2019 at all, really. I just wanted to know what everyone's favourite Juice is right now. So we got loads of different suggestions on this. Pistache came up a lot. Nata came up a lot. Cannoli, this one. Cactus kept coming up again and again as well. A few people said Jeffries. What is everyone going to do? What is everyone going to do now?
Honestly, because a few people have been saying that in chat as well. Really watch Mark. Mark Dolan's been in this game a long, long time. He knows exactly what he's doing with flavours. He's got a new thing going on. Just keep your eyes on Mark.
Watch this space.
It's going to get interesting. You don't lose that ability to do what Mark does. So.
I thought about spamming him. Sending him a letter in the post, begging him every day.
Surely you can sell the recipe on or something.
No, he can't. No, he's on a
bongo
like that.
Paula said Turk all day, every day. That's James's Turk. Contra, I don't know that one. Connor said Contra.
That's Wicknicker.
Yeah, there were a few. Deja Voodoo got a shout from Dave as well.
Didn't Thingy as well? What's their blackcurrant one? That was on there.
Oh yes. Well, all theirs are good, aren't they? All theirs.
Yeah, we've had Stuart on the show a couple of times.
It was on one of the first shows we did, wasn't he, Stuart?
Cracking bloke. Do you know what? He doesn't forget us as well. Whenever I'm at an expo or anything like that and walk up, Stuart always says hi and always tries to offload a load of liquid on us. He's super. Really is one of the
good lads too.
What was the other? James, was the fruit? The tea. I know Daniel De Williams, who's in chat, his missus doesn't vape anything except raspberry tea.
Yeah. Oh, raspberry and spearmint tea, yes.
By you and punch as well. I think that's our other fallback.
Yeah, I did. That was the thing. I did put up a separate post for this because the Jan juices were just totally over, and obviously we've got loyal.
It's not just that. I saw loads of other people's different stuff, so it's kind of they're going to come up that thing. So I was cool with both ways.
Yeah.
So there was a few mentioned that weren't jam, but I think Rich has pretty much covered them there. But we've got a good mixer. We've also got a few saying Red Astaire. I was surprised that people were still.
I sell it.
Red Astaire, but it is a classic. It's been on the go a long time. It's obviously I think it made tea juice what they ought to do. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think one to watch definitely for next year though is this Deep Rooted.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Watch Richard and see what he thinks of it because he'll be on the show every week. But
somebody said
they do one along those lines. Actually, this Glacier one is.
I haven't got. That's the only one I haven't tried yet. Actually,
somebody said about Red Astaire, it is, and I still do it now. If you've got a smoker and you want to have their taste buds out away from. You know, it just works. We've been doing it. I don't even know how long it's been out now. 9 years. Still,
probably
kicks ass.
Yeah. So there's a few of those. There's a few that I've never heard of as well. Snow Queen. Does anyone know what that might be?
Yeah. That's from the fellows at it's there.
We had them on the show, Richard, the old show.
Paul, it's
I don't know all their flavors names.
It's a menthol. It's a mint tobacco. Yeah.
It's really nice.
Who did the thing with Manabush?
Yeah.
They also make Bread of Heaven, which got a mention as well, I think. Yeah, that's one of those.
The other one that caught my eye that I don't know of is Sean Harding said Honey Mellow.
Yeah.
No.
He's just telling you to chill out a bit.
Hello.
That might be his stage name.
Mine's Chili Wraps. So I know what it is.
So that is that. The next one, let's see which one comes up next. Tricky this doing this in real time. Should be mods. I think it's mods. This problem is with them in such an active group. Mods is a tricky one as well. Oh no, RDAs. RDAs is next. Right, RDAs. Some have been mentioned already. Asgard, Saber, Barrage. That's an interesting shout. It's not very good, that RDA. Viper V2 from James as well.
Yeah.
Maverick. So it's all the good stuff coming up. Okay, Trevor Larkin, the Velocity. So I think people kind of ignored the 2019 with this, and they're literally just saying their favourite RDA. That's Paul Jones saying the Drifter. That's an old one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Just a quick one because you said Velocity. Just to say, I spoke to Dino a couple of weeks ago, and he's doing really well, and got a couple of got a couple of new grandkids and doing really well. Dino.
Ah,
Good,
that's
good.
good. But is he doing anything in vaping?
Not at the moment. He stepped back because sadly, not long, about 6 months after we had him on the show, sadly, his wife passed away. But he's got a new boo at the moment and a couple of grandkids, and looking forward to Christmas and stuff. I don't think that him and Cisco can stay out of it. They are legends.
I think watch this space. They'll get
Yeah.
to the point where there's going to be a cracking atomizer that comes.
There'll be something. They've changed. Velocity changed the way everything works. So
Yeah.
they'll do something else.
Poet. The Asmodus C4.
Nothing wrong with a poet.
Quite a lot of shouts for the Venna and the Nada, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The Flavour, which wasn't this year, I don't think, but that got a shout as well from David. The Recurve Jewel. The Recurve Jewel got a shout as well, Nick Sawyer. That is a good one, and quite a few mentions in both the tank section and this section for the new K-Fun Light, the 2019 K-Fun Light, which was very, very, very good indeed.
Yes, they kind of learnt their lesson and went backwards, which is what they should have done a long time ago.
Yeah. It's funny how quick it goes as well, because people were genuinely asking, was such and such this year?
Yeah.
And people were like, it was literally 2 years ago. So it's funny how it goes. But if you find an atty that you like, there's no point messing around, is there? Just use it.
They've got to a standard now where you can buy something and you pretty much set for years.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Which is what we all were striving to get to, wasn't it? From the old.
Yeah. But I think it's great that people do keep moving and keep jumping.
Absolutely.
It does keep everybody on their toes. It's great.
What mods has caught everyone's eye this year? Obviously, we have Nigel's brand new SVBM, which everyone's loving. Melody have done some good stuff.
Mr. If you'd mentioned in chat, Mr. Scott.
Yeah, Mike and Scott have continued to innovate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keep changing.
This year, absolutely tremendous.
Moving and changing. Mike and Scott have done some they just keep going. Just think, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll change this shape, I'll do that. It's been really.
That's
really
what
good.
needed to happen. Yeah, you got to keep changing. You have to keep moving in Moddy.
It's been really nice to see what they've been doing. I'd say they're the two most sort of prolific ones. Oh, and definitely Aiden as well.
Yeah, Aiden's making some nice stuff in Ireland.
I know Mr. Mark of Toddlington's got a review went out live tonight of basically his latest mod from Aiden and Aiden.
Nice bit of wood on that one as well.
Aiden's fantastic. Aiden, just to give him a shout out as well. Whenever we're looking for graphics and stuff, Aiden's a DJ, and when we're looking for tunes and stuff like that or graphics, we're very, very, very fortunate that we can lean on, ask people if they'll do something for us. And Aiden actually made the theme tune for the show that you heard listen to when you ever go live. So massive shout out to Aiden as well for helping us with daft stuff.
A couple of mods that I will mention. I can't remember the exact date, but obviously the top side from Dovpo with the top filling Squonker, I think was. I mean, it was smart. It was clever.
Yeah.
Execution, but it was a really great idea, and it really took off, and it was very, very popular. This, I still think there's legs in this, the auto squonking thing with Yeehee. I still think this is very clever. We moan when there's no innovation. So
I think that's got legs. I think weird. That got a weird reception.
Yeah, people weren't impressed. I think mainly because of the atomizer thing.
Because you can't change it.
But it's not the last you're going to hear of this, because there's going to be several mods where you can put your own bottom feeding at it on top. So I shout for this as well, and a little nod to the retro as well. Mods like this have done well this year. Mods that have continued the brand, the name, and a little heart back to the past. The MPV5 has been popular and done really well.
That's going back, isn't it? That's an original mod, isn't it? The first sort of MPVs, that was a long time ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, really long time. 7 years ago.
Yeah. What that really is showing, though, is that workhorses are still popular.
I think nostalgia catches the eye, doesn't it? So people's nostalgic memories caught the eye, but actually, what it has always been, that line, super functional. 5,500 mAh.
Yeah, take it to work every day.
Smash it. It's a rock solid piece of kit, and so things like that have done quite well. Obviously, it's been the year of these, isn't it? AIOs, rebuildable pods, and all that. I think
mention something that's quite that I've noticed has been really quite prolific in the UK, which is whenever we talk US UK, or we talk to friends in the US, and we talk like vaping colleagues. One thing that's quite hard for them to understand is that Juul don't really have a grip on the market here like they do in the US, and it's mainly I've been arguing the toss about nick strengths the other day because they're talking about lowering the nick strength in the US, and I said, I don't know if that's a great idea because the way you have to kind of get people to start vaping. And then I thought, the one thing that's done is kept Juul down.
Have you seen what they've announced today?
No.
High, super low nicotine cigarettes.
Ridiculous.
So they reckon a typical cigarette these days is around 16 mg.
It's just nonsense. Isn't it?
They're releasing FDA approved, kind of, not unapproved, but not really approved either. But they are coming out 1 mg cigarettes.
So hang on. Let me just.
You get all the good stuff like the lung cancer from burning.
Exactly what I was going to say.
All the cancer, none of the satisfaction.
The nicotine.
Yeah. Actually, but what I'll just really briefly get boring.
No, I think we should talk about this because it's just been announced.
Okay, this is quite. There's actually got. If you actually look, there's a thing called cancer clusters. Mainly, it's bullshit, like idiots who live near substations. But there's a really good, interesting one you need to look at, which involves silk cut cigarettes. The release of silk cut cigarettes, and what happened 2 decades after the release of silk cut cigarettes. What silk cut did is they halved they quartered the amount of nicotine in a cigarette. But what they actually did was they caused a whole new kind of cancer that was even more difficult to fight because people tend to take longer drags and hold the smoke in their lungs before they blow it out. And what that did was it caused cancer cells right at the bottom of your lung, and people didn't notice. You effectively don't notice. Quite famous people had cancer that way. Sadly, that's exactly the type of cancer my uncle had from smoking silk cut. So he smoked silk cut for 20 years. But that's what it does. People don't smoke. They don't actually get less nicotine because they just smoke. You change.
I smoked red Marlboro and I didn't get cancer.
But oddly, it is that you slow down the way
they strain on them though, don't they? These weaker cigarettes. I mean,
it's absolute nonsense. You just get tired.
You need a mouth to lung cigarette. Not mouth
to lung cigarette. I've never seen. I want to see a direct to lung cigarette.
Direct to lung cigarette. Now you're talking.
One.
You can't really it's a tight draw in it on a cigarette.
It's an incredible move. It's a complete misunderstanding about A, what nicotine is and does.
Yeah.
And B, what the bad bit of smoking is.
Anything. People
it's the combustion.
Stronger cigarettes.
It's the combustion that's bad.
It being on fire is a problem. Yeah.
Nicotine. Of all those 500 chemicals, nicotine's probably the least harmful one in it.
Yeah. It's very amusing when I've seen people talking about heat when these scientific studies, and they'll go, some of them go up to 200 degrees, and you're like, seriously, check the end of the cigarette, and you are insane if you're worried about 200 degrees. You are way over that.
The only reason I know about this is because Grim Green's just done a little video today about it. Obviously, he's surprised by it, but possibly worth going and checking that out if you want to find out more. But apparently, hitting the American market imminently is very low nicotine cigarettes.
That's ridiculous, man. They're so misguided with nicotine.
I am gobsmacked.
I think the worst thing about it is that people are going to vape them. If we're going to smoke them, thinking that they're better for you, and go, I'll just have 2 of these because.
Yeah.
They'll smoke twice as much or 3 times as many.
They'll need more of them.
Get all the chemicals.
Apart from the fact that they'll physically need the craving, they'll physically need more. They'll think that there's a health benefit to that lack of nicotine. That's probably the worst thing about that. That should be kiboshed immediately.
Definitely.
Someone's got to see sense on that because that is as criminal as smoking was when they marketed the fuck out of it in the 70s and 80s.
Why don't they bring out a cigarette like? Bear with me on this, right? A strong cigarette like a Marlboro Red, but make it shorter.
They did that before as well, and that did the
Yeah,
same
they
thing.
did.
You spoke twice as many.
Big long,
Better than smoking 5 1 milligram ones, isn't it?
But it isn't. It
Fifth
doesn't.
Element, well, we've got the big filter where the filter is this long and there's just this much tab on the end.
What was
It just
the
makes
Bruce
no
Willis
difference.
movie?
If it's
Is
all
it
about
the-
money in America, why don't they just tax the fuck out of these? Tell everyone the truth.
There are states that
Fifth
are doing that.
Element.
We're still waiting. Just to kind of keep it like vape related, because I know someone just said, "Oh, it's not going to be a cigarette show." Yeah, that's fine. But
That's harsh.
we're still waiting for we're still waiting for Trump to move. He's still nothing. I mean, obviously he's busy getting impeached, but we haven't. No one's broken cover yet. We're waiting for the
haven't they said that they've sent their findings onto the FDA?
They have said
they've
that's
passed
exactly
the
what
book,
we-
haven't they? They've passed the book.
They reckon that's where. That came from a White House spokesperson last week, which was that the FDA they're the ones who are going to say it, and let's fuck. Be interesting.
It baffles my brain what goes on over there. To be perfectly honest, all of it.
It's a real. It's kind of the thing that is impossible to find amusing is how many people have been made unemployed already, and there are vape shops that. What the fuck do you do if a ban goes in for 3 weeks and then they take the ban off? You've already dumped your stock.
Crazy.
Really tough. Really tough.
Tony Parkinson in chat has just reminded me. The movie I wanted to tell you about, James, was Fifth Element with Bruce Willis.
That was
He's
exactly
got
what
the
he was
face.
just talking about 2 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
no.
Seen that?
Oh, right.
But he didn't say the movie.
I thought you
Yes,
did.
Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson.
that's all he did. That's all he said, exactly that.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I went temporarily deaf.
I was thinking, I remember him saying Fifth Element.
Speaking of which,
Forgot.
the next segment in the show is Xmas Bants. And I think
Xmas
that's a
Bants.
good place to
Now
start.
we get to some
Christmas Bants. I think it's a good place to start because I want to know what everyone's favourite Christmas film is. And everyone in chat as well, so get in chat.
Easy. That's easy.
Go on then.
It's the greatest Christmas film ever made.
Oh.
It's A Wonderful Life.
No.
Oh, fuck off.
It is. It's the greatest film. It is one of the greatest films ever made. James Stewart is unbelievable. It's a Wonderful
If
Life.
you wear a bra
Yeah, but
and
that's
carry
a
a
good,
handbag.
nice film, isn't it? That's
It is nice. It is. It's very, very nice. Very nice.
No, it doesn't always have to be like that. You could
It's
watch
not even in
like
colour,
Bad
is it?
Santa. Bad
No.
Santa. That's a good film, isn't it?
This is we're talking about best Christmas film. That is the best
No,
Christmas
it's
film.
pony that.
Do you keep your ovaries in
What
your
about
handbag?
Scrooge? I don't know that beat Scrooge.
I did watch Scrooge. I watched Scrooged I've watched Scrooged every single year.
Let's go around. Let's go around. Just
I did watch Scrooge.
John, you'll have to think of
Recommendation.
another one, a good one. James, what is your favourite Christmas film?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Scrooge. Well, I don't want to get into the whole is Die Hard Christmas.
No, don't. They're
It
going to
is.
go off on one.
I don't want to get into that, but
It is.
I base these things purely on the amount of watches I've given them, and the amount of watches I only saw A Wonderful Life about 3 or 4 years ago. It is a brilliant film, by the way, John. But I think just purely through the amount of watches that I've given Scrooge, because that's how I base these things.
Are you saying Scrooge or Scrooged?
Scrooged.
Yeah.
The
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray
Yeah.
Scrooged.
We watched it last Saturday. Who's next? Richard, what's the
Oh,
gone then?
Brad.
Oh, all right then. We're
I
waiting
am
for
going-
fucking Richard's masterpiece of bullshit that's going up.
No, fuck off. I am going Die Hard. It is.
Yeah, it is. Die Hard's good.
Nakatomi Plaza, Bruce Willis. No fucking arguments. I've watched that movie every Christmas Eve for a decade. It's the best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah.
Never
Good
forget.
film.
I
Rick,
think-
Sacrifice, man.
Rick,
I'm not a massive fan of the Christmas movie, to be honest. Christmas movies.
You're a dick. You were just saying, "Oh, where's your fanny?" And now you can't even think of anything. You
No,
penile.
I could say some names. but I
Oh, John,
can't
tell you
say-
what, mate. Ain't got a fucking Santa Claus in it, is it? Oh, fucking blah blah blah. Fucking think of something there.
Home Alone,
yeah, I'll
Home
say-
Alone, Rick,
I'll say Bad Santa.
Grinch, Bad Santa. Good show.
That's a
good.
funny film, but to be, I'm just saying that there's loads of good Christmas films out there, isn't there? Arthur Christmas, which is good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did see that as well.
classic.
This is John
But
Arthur.
you know, it's none of them are standout films if you really like films, are they? Chris?
Right, I see what you're saying.
Scrooged is. Scrooge bloody well is.
It's a classic.
I don't even think I've seen It's a Wonderful Life. I'm going to have to watch it now.
Don't, Rick. Oh my god.
You do. It's one of the greatest films ever
It's
made.
not funny. It's not sexy.
Oh,
No action scenes.
Isn't that the one where it's Baby, It's Cold Outside?
No, there's no singing.
Oh, isn't it? Oh.
His voice is brilliant. Even if you don't like the film, his voice is absolutely awesome. You could just
Banging.
I'll find it on Sky Plus and I'll record it.
Honestly, it's absolutely fantastic. It's heartbreakingly brilliant, and it doesn't
fast
matter.
forward through.
It's 50. What is it now? 1956, I think. So
Yeah, it's not even in colour, right?
No, 50,
That's
63 years old.
It's
I'll
not
fall
right.
asleep anyway. But
It's not
It's
even
not
in 3D.
All right.
Go on, John. You've got to do yours first.
No, fuck off, Hovis boy. Do the fucking. What's your favourite?
My
bloody
favourite Christmas film is Elf.
hell? Okay, that did come up quite a lot.
Brilliant
Elf
film.
is on the list.
First
What about the
time I
old-
saw
what about-
it.
What about the old Dudley Moore film where
It's
he,
pretty good. Yeah, Father Christmas. The Santa Claus the movie.
is it?
Santa Claus the movie.
Oh, it's
Dudley
all in
Moore is
there
the elf.
Oh,
I think of all of you in a very different capacity now. That the fact that I'm the only one. to
No,
promote
because you've said Die
Die
Hard,
Hard,
so we
yeah.
can't say Die Hard.
you only
Yeah.
do barbecues at Christmas. You don't even know what Christmas is.
Well, barbecue's a proper fucking Christmas meal.
Have you met Brad? Brad went to the Early Learning Centre and got confused.
Brad probably thinks Point Break's a Christmas film.
Well, Yellow Brick Road's a Christmas film, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
It's always like every year. It's
Oh, there's a classic there.
Million.
Obi John and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That is a classic.
That is a good one.
Solid gold.
That is a
classic.
good one.
So, Richard,
Keith, $1 Million Baby is not a Christmas film.
no, I would go. By the way, if I can't have It's a Wonderful Life, and I definitely fucking can,
You can't.
then
'cause it's
number
crap.
one is Home Alone. It is.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's
They're
brilliant.
doing-
Yeah, I
All
think I
good.
love Home Alone.
They're doing a
That's
new
a
one,
Christmas
you know.
Film I'd say Home Alone.
That is John Hughes knocking it out of the park.
They're doing a new
Again.
one.
Yeah, I don't care about that. But
Really?
That'd be rubbish.
Home
First-
Alone, classic.
Is Macaulay Culkin back?
No. Have you seen
Oh,
all?
then make
Have you
it
seen
up.
all four, John?
No, I've seen 1, 2, and I attempted to watch 3 and gave up. It's shit.
Oh.
So,
I just love Home Alone. It's brilliant.
I do. We kind of I
Jingle
don't
All the
know-
Way in chat. Great
Oh,
show.
I know James is a film buff, but we kind of Mrs. John and I select. We don't watch the TV on Christmas Day, like actual terrestrial TV. I'm not watching it. So we normally like select what we're going to watch. Really sorry. Start off with Charlie Brown's Christmas because it is brilliant on Christmas Day morning. Normally have a bit of breakfast, watch Charlie Brown's Christmas, and
You
then,
don't start off with Muppets Christmas Carol.
No, that'd be good number 2, or maybe Elf. But then we kind of plan out the day in movies. Normally, I'll be cooking and half watching the TV at the same time.
Do you time It's a Wonderful Life for your nap?
It's a Wonderful Life. It's about 8:00. It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
That's
nap time.
perfect for dropping off to sleep one. Oh, that should be an afternooner. That should be a 2:00 agitated.
Now that's when I'm having a nap. About 4
Yeah, then
o'clock.
you're
I'm
gonna put
out.
it on the telly and just like drop off to it, and it's all nice.
We've got a few. We've got a few in
Riyadh
chat.
has Just, I
Go
have
on.
to bring. You're bringing up chat, so I have to
Yeah, go
talk
on.
about Riyadh because it didn't even occur to me. But he's a fucking genius here. Gremlins.
Gremlins,
How
yeah.
did we forget
It's a
that?
classic. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Clark says E.T.
That's not Christmas.
No,
Well, it's in the advert this year, isn't it? There's a new ET advert on TV.
I don't care.
He
It's not a
returns
Christmas
back.
film.
He comes back to find.
Really?
it.
Derry Murphy says Lethal Weapon is cracking.
We're just doing movies.
You've
there.
got a
Look at that.
Gladiator.
Ali,
on at Christmas.
Ali just said Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, which is famously set on Thanksgiving and has got nothing to do with Christmas at all. Ali,
Richard Rushton,
no.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
That's fine. Yeah, so there's a few. There's a few. I think we've come to a consensus there that it is Elf.
I think the
No, it's not,
consensus-
because Ali also said It's a Wonderful Life. It's the winner. James Stewart.
John Malcolm said Bad Santa as well.
But yeah, have you seen the second one, Rick? Bad Santa 2, no.
I like the fact he's missed the smart ass now, but when I said Home Alone, he went, yeah, no, I'll go back. Throw it in the bin.
I would go for Home Alone. I'd rather watch Home Alone than Bad Santa because I just like the violence in it.
Yeah, Home Alone.
Great.
Excellent. Right, next Christmas question. We'll whiz through this, and then we've got a very special Travava. Right. The other thing, synonymous with Christmas, is dinner.
If someone says they have Yorkshire puddings with
What-
a turkey,
what
they are
classic-
a fucking dickhead.
What classic
Oh,
Christmas
that's what I had
lunch
there.
item, Christmas dinner item, can you do without? See, I don't love Brussels sprouts, but I feel they're an integral part of the meal. James, what's your Christmas dinner look like?
It looks like like a Sunday dinner, but bigger. It's, you know what? We are turkey and beef. Always turkey and beef.
He's allowed to go to puddings now. He's qualified it.
Oh, you could have your kids for that, yeah.
In the last 2 years, we've recently introduced Yorkshire puds into the mix. That previously wasn't a thing, but because it's always big. Loads of roast vegetables of all sorts. I am doing Christmas dinner for the first time ever this year. Normally I go to my mother's, but she's old. She's so very old now. She's like, I don't know how old she is, but she's
really old.
Maybe she's 200 now.
Wow.
And, which is really old for
That's really old, yeah.
You're lucky I'm taping this.
Life expectancy for a man in Sunderland is actually 37. She's really, really old. So I'm doing Christmas lunch this year, and I am doing turkey beef just as per. I am doing a plethora of roasted vegetables. I want to mix it up a little bit with some. I can totally do without Brussels sprouts. I'm doing Brussels sprouts. As an adult, I was forced to have a Brussels sprout, at least one Brussels sprout, until maybe a couple of years ago when the Yorkshire puddings came in. And I was like, right, this is a new era. We've got Yorkshire puddings. I don't want a Brussels sprout, and I'm not going to eat them. I don't understand why anybody likes them. I want to do them this year, but I won't be having any. But I want to cook them. I want to roast some leeks and put it in with.
What about sausage wrapped in bacon?
Yes, absolutely.
That's the number one. Yeah. Somebody in chat just put pigs in blankets. Are you off your fucking skull?
You have pigs in blankets. Really.
No, they're just saying, they're not saying they don't want them. They're just naming food items.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. They're absolute must. I think my mother, she normally just buys them, and I'm going to make them myself this year.
But we take it further. We got pigs in blankets, horses in sleeping bags, cows in duvets, you name it. A goat in an eider down,
a shrimp in a hammock.
Yeah, everything.
So, but number one item. Is that what we're going for? We can't do.
I thought we were getting rid of one thing. That was the
premise. I just want a visual picture of your Christmas dinner.
But I think the thing that we can't get rid of is the gravy. I think the gravy is extra special.
Yeah, very important.
Special. You got all of the juices from the meat and that, and then you got two meats. You got I don't know. There's something special about Christmas gravy.
A guy at my work, right? Do you know what he does every Christmas? No. Right, he makes a Christmas dinner for his family. I think it's a few extenders, so 7 or 8 of them. He always does chicken and tells them it's turkey, and they always say it's the best turkey they've ever had because chicken is better than turkey.
It is, but we had this discussion, and you went the other way, Richard.
Well, I was just being contrary, probably.
Well, the thing is, that turkey. There's a reason we eat it once a year. It's because it's basically shit.
I like turkey. I like turkey.
You get a crap one. You've got
no. But you only have it, Rick. You're not going to convince me. How many times?
I agree with you. In fact, John, I don't agree. It's just a big bird, and when you've got a load of people eating, it's the only thing.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying it doesn't compare to a well done chicken. He's right.
I will, based on that, I will change what I'm cooking this Christmas, and I will follow Richard's colleague's route. I'm going to cook a chicken.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm going to tell everyone it's a fucking turkey and see if anyone notices.
Just get a fucking big chicken and lie.
I don't know how can anybody have chicken and think it's turkey?
No, I have to admit I don't even know.
How did you keep it so moist?
You're going to have to break the breast on it, or like break the back of it, because otherwise you'd know immediately because the legs are in the wrong place. So
unless they're on the slide elsewhere and say I'll just
slice it up,
cook two,
put it on a serving tray.
I think you've got to post it up and tell us how it happened, how it went, man.
It will be done. I'm doing a barbecue and oven roast because my oven's only this big.
Yeah,
I can't feed 10 fucking people. So we're doing
a nice smoked chicken, mate.
We're doing lamb cutlets on the barbecue, doing a smoked gammon, and doing a turkey in the oven. I mean a chicken in the oven. See, I'm already lying to you.
Rick, you've got loads coming, haven't you?
We always do, and it's been a tradition now in our family for probably at least 6-7 years, where I cook the Christmas dinner. We've got 17 for Christmas dinner and a dozen for Boxing Day. And if it's something I've got to drop, personally, I'll drop the sprouts, but I take that back for this reason, that the day after we cook enough stuff to do bubble and squeak the following day, and you need sprouts in bubble and squeak.
You've got to do it. You've got to do it.
And I would also say I'm not particularly keen on the parsnips, but then again, in bubble and squeak, parsnips are a winner.
I love parsnips.
Vomit
I
carrots.
love parsnips as well. I also love Rick saying bubble squeak. Love a bit of bubble.
We've got all these frying pans going, we get a good burn on it, and then you have cold meats and bubble and squeak next day. But we're doing the we've got vegan dishes we have to do, because we've got 2 vegans and a couple of veggies throughout the week, the 2 days.
Cranberry.
Huh?
Cranberry.
It's just the sponge dipped in cranberry sauce.
What we do, and he takes care of that. But we've got the beef and the turkey, and I'll have a gammon cooking the day before as well. It's just the biggest meal of the year, and we go all out. I start the day before. We have starters, we have loads of desserts, and it's just
It is amazing.
The giblets, you get the giblets going the day before, and you know you make your. It's just all prep basically, but I love it.
Perfect.
I love it.
John, briefly paint a picture for us.
Oh, we'll go really, really quickly. So there's only 2 of us this year. Normally I cook dinner for everybody, but I'm not doing it this year because we're off away. So it will be turkey crown because there's only 2 of us.
Too right, John. Perfect, mate.
Roast potatoes,
turkey breast,
roast potatoes, Brussels sprouts, parsnips, carrots.
Just have Kievs.
The only thing that my darling wife makes. The only thing that my darling wife makes in the meal is bread sauce.
Oh, I love bread sauce with it. Yeah,
got
bread sauce.
Thing around our when I was a kid, but that's what she'll make. She'll be making the bread sauce.
Red cabbage?
No, because we've got the Brussels sprouts. Oh, and pigs in blankets.
No, red cabbage with the sort of vinegary stuff in it.
I do. Well, that is Mrs. John's thing. Normally, she makes braised red cabbage with apple and red cabbage, but not with this because we've already got enough on the plate. But yeah, it'll be a mountain of food. And then I'll make obviously the gravy. Oh, I tell you, James doesn't need this hint, so I'm going to pretend I'm talking to James, but I'm not. I'm talking to everybody else. If it's your first time making it, the cheat nobody tells you is you put all the time into the meat to begin with, and then especially if it's a turkey, if you've got a big turkey, if you cover that bad boy in silver foil and tea towels, it will stay hot for fucking ages. And while it's sat there and
you can do the roasties up while it's.
You can do the roasties literally while it's sat there. You don't have to do anything. So but you have to keep popping in and saying to people, "Fucking hell! Oh my god, I am worked to the bone," and then go back in, carry on getting shit faced in the kitchen. But you're really not doing anything.
You told us this 4 months ago, John. I'm already totally organised. I have got a plan of action. Whether it goes smoothly, I do not know. But
honestly, it's all about silver foil and towels to get them all on there, and then chill out and do everything else. And that works, especially if you've got a small oven, Brad. If you're going to do it that way, cook the fucking thing, move it to the side.
Very close attention.
Otherwise, you end up with really wet roast potatoes if you try and do it the other way, because there's so much moisture in a bird. You will just fuck everything over. It won't work.
I will report back on this.
I'm such an old fart, but that is absolutely.
Yeah. And then we'll have mine's fairly standard. Turkey, potatoes.
Are you cooking this?
Rice.
You did Boxing Day last year.
A couple of packets of Uncle Ben's.
Get half a dozen bags of Uncle Ben's.
King size pot noodle on the side.
You cook.
It's the biggest meal. It's the biggest meal.
Are you really doing it? Richard, are you actually cooking Christmas?
A lot of people don't know this, but if you get 2 packets of super noodles, you can cook them together. Just double up your water, double up your time.
More top tips. This is turned into a cookery show. But yeah, that Uncle Ben's is it festive feast? It's called Uncle Ben's festive feast.
Good question. It's got a partner the meat, so mushroom rice.
Cool.
Yeah.
You could have a turkey and mushroom pie with leftovers as well, couldn't you?
Squirt a bit of chili sauce on.
Look at the old Campbell's constant condensed soup, mushroom soup. Turkey.
Yes. Yeah. No. We start with a can of Heinz.
Yeah.
Got to have a starter, haven't you?
Right, we're going to have to kind of shift this on and go on to Stripe the Top. I'm just going to do Jan news really quickly. And then
go on then.
Just
I'll
because I
do it
shut.
really quick.
It'll be really fast. You've got an hour and 36 minutes to order, and then we're closing the store at midnight until next. I'll open it. Well, you can order, but it won't ship until next Saturday. So if you want something, order it now. You've got an hour and 35 minutes. If you order in the next hour and 35 minutes, I will even send you free with it. What are those sweets called? Those sweets that claim to cure vapors' tongue.
Big head or something.
I've got a box full of them that I don't really give two tosses about. So I'll
Head
put the
candy.
package. But you've got an hour and 35 minutes, and there is really, really low stocks of pistache. I think there's like less than 10. But so if you want it, get over there now. www.justadnick.co.uk and try for
James, special Travava.
Beautiful, yeah. The first ever, and possibly the only ever Trivatava of the new Ohm Show. Old Ohm Show peoples will know what Trivatava is. It's a thing that reminds you of vaping that isn't really vaping at all. Hopefully that'll become more explanatory as we show the pictures.
Yeah, so you're walking down the street, you see a metal bin, you go, oh, Rose V2. You know, it's like something that reminds you of vaping. It's not actually vaping at all.
Yep.
So let's crack on. I'll describe the first one. Oh, the first one on screen is a picture of Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn.
Okay, this is a lucky likey Trivatava. The chap that he's looking at there apparently looks a bit like Rick.
He's wearing the exact same shirt as Rick right now.
Fucking hell, that's an insult in a big way.
No, Jeremy Corbyn wouldn't mind it. It's fine. He isn't watching. Don't worry.
No, not that you look like Corbyn.
You
just look like a random guy I was talking to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the one where they're comparing beards. You must.
Is the bloke telling him he's a prat or not?
I don't know. It looks like he's giving him one of these.
It looks like he's mouthing Magic Grandad.
Rick, we can't tell what's being said. It's just a photo with no idea what's being said.
Oh yeah, so I have to do that because you can't even see me because I'm not even on the thing. I'm just giving Rick.
Oh yeah, I was doing that as well.
Come on, no politics. Hashtag. Next one. That's from Craig Nichols.
The next one is Omega.
Oh, this is from Daniel Thornton. This is from a film or something. I don't know. From a film. Daniel Thornton. It's got the Ohm symbol on there. Remind him of it. But next one.
Mm-hmm. Savage Alchemy Beard Co.
This is from Fizz. Jan, this is a thing that reminded him of it. Looks like we don't do a still see the dropper bottles? Do people still do them on the
They
vape?
still remind me of vaping.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah.
Don't put them in your eyes though. Don't drop it in your eyes.
That was when you knew you had a luxury e-liquid brand, when you had a glass luxury.
And that name of scent, Savage Alchemy Beard Co. They've literally ticked every hipster box.
Yeah.
Savage.
Do you get a free pair of prescriptionless glasses with it? So.
Yeah, you get some straight lens specs with.
You get a blunt. It arrives with a blunt axe, so you can go out and pretend to be a lumberjack.
That 5-star rated.
You're talking about me completely.
and body bricks. You know, we're not using soap anymore. We're using a body brick. Nice. Next one. That's from Fizjan. Next one.
It's some chairs.
This is from John. Remember this one, John? It's a few weeks old. The chairs, the tortoise chairs.
Oh my God, that is the best one I've ever done. I mean, come on. That is fucking amazing. That looks like Mark Todd.
It looks like Mark Todd in a dress. It's crazy, isn't it?
It does look like Mark Todd. Are you fucking mental? Richard's going, I don't know. It does.
Don't see it myself.
It's that Irish MP, that lady who's in the DUP. I thought that looked like Mark Todd.
Oh, Paddy Ashdown.
The lady.
Come on, James is with me. That looks like Mark Todd.
Alistair Darling.
That was the best one I've ever done.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It doesn't look like Mark Todd, in my opinion. But hey.
Get in your fish hammock.
Next one.
We're now looking at some tubes.
Arlene Foster.
These are. I think these are slide tubes for guitar, but they look a lot like a mod. That's from Miguel Serafim.
He's fantastic. Yeah, Portuguese. Been an Omi from the beginning. Really love Miguel. He's absolutely wicked.
I like it.
He's
I
got
like
a
it.
name. His last name is basically Angel. How fucking... And he's a scuba diving dude. It's wicked.
Nice. Next one.
It's a license plate.
Race plate. Okay, this is from Mike Davies. It's a Pucker one, I believe. I think he's took the photo himself. It's an EVL. It's an EVL license plate. I saw it probably in his car. Risked life and limb to take the photo. It's an EVL license plate. Remind him of it. But next one.
Oh my God. Some space age looking implements.
Okay, this is from Ryan Hines. There's a tank behind it.
Yeah.
I think these are missile things. I think these are some sort of breakup of. I think these hurt people in a bad way.
Clearly,
but look at them.
Clearly chemical warheads.
But look at that one on the left is. I mean, they all look a bit like a mortar. It's hard to tell the perspective there. But look, there's a tank behind it, which is also a vaping thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. But then there's also them things. Would look a lot like
doubler. Then basically, it's a doubler.
It's a doubler from Ryan Hines. Thanks very much, Ryan. Next one.
It's clearly on the set of Doctor Who there. UKS van.
This UKS van. This is from Sean Harden. Yeah, UK Squonkers. He's already snapped a pic. And UK Squonkers, it's a UK Squonkers van. It's not really a UK Squonkers, but it reminded him of it. But next one.
The next one. Is a cartoon lady.
Cartoon lady. Oh, this is from Steve Cuz Davison. That's Tank Girl. I'll put this one on there. This could just be her smoking over it, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, this is one of Tank Girl's special. I don't watch Tank Girls. I don't know what it is really. It could be
Tank Girl's pretty much
an animation, isn't it? Tank Girl.
Yeah, fucking cool cartoon. Old school comic.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
We're
all the way back around.
You're after.
Okay. Oh, we did have one more from Scotty. Big Bogfoot. I'll just hold that up with that. He snapped this in. Couldn't remember where it was from. Looks like somebody's vape, but he's apparently got a backlog of Tributavars. That was from Scotty Bogfoot. That was Tributavars.
I love you, Scotty.
Anyone can still post them on the group anytime.
Anytime. Just put them up. There's quite a few people who've been posting them.
Yeah, we like them.
It's still fun, good fun.
Yeah, cracking stuff. Okay, that's the end. That's the end of the show.
Merry Christmas!
Wish everybody a Merry Christmas, though.
Yeah,
whatever
Merry
you
Christmas.
do, make time for your family.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
God rest ye merry gentlemen.
Mine was a quote from It's a Wonderful Life.
Let's sing a carol. Should we sing a song?
No.
See them out?
No. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you and your kin.
And even your friends as well.
Yeah. No show next week or the week after, cause Christmas.
Are we not doing it? We're not doing the week after.
Isn't it the 20?
No.
Isn't it New Year's Eve on New Year's Day or something?
No, it's the 2nd.
Well, there's definitely no show next week, and we'll let you know about the week after.
Okay.
I haven't thought that. Like I say, I don't think that's what I heard.
I told you like 2 days ago, you fucking. Oh, I love you all.
Yeah, and I said I don't know.
Oh, sorry, babe.
So that's the end of this show. No show next week. Have a bloody good Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas and an extra special thank you again.
Don't forget
Raffle.
to picture your Christmas dinners and put them on the group.
Yes, we want to see your Christmas dinners.
Really want to see those dinners. Bye.
Merry
Cheers to
Christmas.
James
Merry Christmas.
and Rick for coming on.
Merry Christmas.
Having me again. Thanks.